Hello everyone, this is Dr. Mihir Shah once again with another video. In this video, we're going to talk about what are the important theory questions to be studied under the subject Financing Rural Development for semester 6 of TYBMS. Okay, a very important video for all the TYBMS M6 students. Uh, there will be around 5 slides, each slide containing one module, and what are the important topics that you need to cover up in that each module, because there are 5 modules in financing rural development. So let us see which are the important questions that you need to cover up in each module. Okay, chalo, we'll start with module 1. Explain the features of Indian rural demography. Number 1. Write some important economic features of rural India. That's your second question. What are the major components of rural infrastructure? Question number 3. Question number 4. What do you mean by poverty and what are its causes? Fifth, what are the major types of agricultural practices which are performed in rural India? Sixth, what are the major issues that are responsible for underdevelopment in rural India? Seventh, write the characteristic of Indian rural society. And the last question, briefly explain the sources of the Indian agricultural economy. Okay, so these are most important 8 topics, 8 questions you can say from the very first module, under which features of rural is very very important. Okay, major components of infrastructure is very important. Poverty and its cause is very very important. Okay, what are the types of agricultural is okay. What are the major issue responsible for underdevelopment? Very important. And what are the sources of Indian agricultural economy is important. Okay, these are like, see, 8 questions. You'll have to learn all of them. But among that also, these 4 or 5 questions which are marked are very very important among those 8. Okay, that is from the very first module. Second module, define microeconomics and microfinance and what is the scope of microfinance. Second, why microfinance is important and how does it help the rural people. Third, write a short note on portfolio securitization. Fourth, why microfinance is important and explain its impact. Fifth, write the guidelines of impact assessment and monitoring of microfinance. Next is distinguish between minimalist and integrated approach of microfinance. Next, distinguish between financial and non-financial services. And the eighth one, how microfinance elevates poverty. So under module 2, these are the 8 very important questions, and among that also the scope of microfinance, the importance, okay, the impact, the distinguish between financial and non-financial service, and how microfinance elevates poverty. Very very important. Okay, so these 8 questions, and among 8, these are the 5 which are very important. Okay, this is from module number 2. Now, same way in module number 3, we have number 1, what are the various government institutions which are established to promote small and medium national industries? Second, what is NSIC and what are its various schemes? What is SIDBI and major activities performed by SIDBI? Write a short note on SMERA, the SEMERA. What are the common guidelines and instruction for lending in MSME sector? What is factoring? What are the various ways factors could raise fund for MSME? What is credit process and credit assessment? What is risk rating and what are the various advantages and disadvantages? Okay, so these are the 8 topics, very important topic in module 3. Under that, what is factoring? Very important. What is credit process? What is risk rating? Okay, SIDBI and the activities performed by SIDBI, and guidelines and instruction for lending MSME. Very, very important. Okay, that was for module 3. Next, we have for module 4. What are the provision of Banking Regulation Act of 1949? Define bill discounting and what are the features of bill discounting? What are the objectives of final account preparation and draw out a format of profit and loss appropriation account? What are the non-performing asset and what are its types? Distinguish between SLR and CLR. What is the significance of non-performing asset and explain the legal banking provision of liquidity norms and loan and advances. Okay, so these are seven topics which are important from your module 4, under which provision of banking regulation very important. What is discounting and type and its features, the format of final account, okay, significance of non-performing asset, and distinguish between SLR and CLR. Very important. Okay, that's module number 4. Last one, module number 5, we have defined risk management in rural financing and what are the objectives associated with it. What are the types of risks that are associated with microfinancial institution? Explain. What are the causes of high credit risk? How delinquencies affect the microfinance institution? In what way credit risk of MFI could be managed? What is transaction risk? How it could be managed? Distinguish between the role of finance and operation manager in cash planning. And lastly, write a short note on compliance to RBI guidelines on NBFC and MFS. Okay, the MFIs. Okay, these are the 8 questions of module 5. Out of which, what is risk management in rural financing and objective very important. Types of risk associated with a microfinance institution very important. Causes of high credit risk. What is transaction risk and how could you manage it? And write a short note on compliance to RBI guidelines. These are the 5 very important topics from these 8 questions. Okay. So these were the 5 modules and the important topics that you need to cover up. Okay, so that you can easily clear your financial rural development paper. Okay. Okay, I hope everyone have noted down those questions. So with that, we will be ending this video here. Thank you.